don't need a massive budget to create a VSL that converts. If your VSL makes no sales, it's not your fault. You only didn't know how to create a video sales letter that prints money on autopilot before this video. But at the end of today's video, you will know exactly how to create your own high-converting VSL. So let's break down the complete framework. This framework is divided in 3 sections. What is a VSL? How to write the perfect VSL script, and how to write compelling copy that sells on the VSL. This structure will help you to create the best VSL that you're capable of. But let's start first by understanding precisely what is a VSL, or video sales letter. A video sales letter is a sales letter but in video. Its purpose is to make sales and convert visitors and traffic into clients of your brand. By presenting a product or service in a compelling way, with a structure that enables it to convert strangers into buyers. A video sales letter is powerful because it combines the power of copywriting with the impact of visual and auditory elements, utilizing storytelling, graphics, and animations to grab and keep attention and incentivize them to take an action. The desired action we want them to take after watching the video. Its job is to educate and sell, educating people on their problems and solves, and presenting our offer as the path to success. That way we convert traffic to clients to our offer. This structure is used frequently as a tool to convert on a marketing funnel. It serves to guide prospects on the buyer journey to the final purchase, evoking the desired emotions with the mix of written words, the visual and auditory elements, and the graphic and addition to hijack people's attention and make them want to take an action we want them to take. This is a powerful tool when do it correctly to convert strangers into clients. But if you don't do it correctly, it can become a nightmare and suck all your marketing budget and give $0 in return. So to make sure we don't mess it up, let's take a look on how to create the perfect VSL script to make sure that we optimize for max conversions. Before we jump right into the principles, to write a compelling VSL script, we need to answer 5 questions to make sure we make our VSL tailored to our ideal avatar, so we can talk directly to them. The first question to ask yourself to write better copy for your VSL is, what is the aggravating status quo? Meaning, what pains, frustrations, and challenges are your avatar trying to escape from because they are tired of experiencing that things in their weeks, days, and minutes, which makes them want to purchase from you. Question number 2. What is the big promise? In other words, what is the single benefit of your product or service that you're going to communicate in your VSL and the copy in it? The big promise is the one biggest, most juicy, and notable benefit that helps people overcome their aggravating status quo, which means is the one thing they want the most when they buy. Question number 3. Why you? People nowadays are very skeptical. They will not buy from you until you give them a very strong reason to do it. If you have no answer to this question, they will go with a business that have that answer in a favorable way. So make sure that you communicate what really sets you apart and make your offer different from the competition. Question number 4. Why might your customer say no? Just as important as finding out why your customer might say yes is finding out why they might say no to your offer. Finding out what is preventing them from buying from you in the past. Look for patterns and get to understand their most recurring objections so you can address them on your VSL. Ask yourself why they might say no. And how can we change their mind? And question number 5. How do you want your customer to feel after? Ask yourself what are the emotions and feelings you want your customer to experience after experiencing the benefits of your product or service. But make sure to highlight the transformation and results they're going to experience after working with you. Okay, when you have all the answers of these questions, now it's time to write the VSL script. But make sure that you follow the oncoming structure. But remember, each section includes steps you need to follow to make sure you communicate what you want to communicate to your audience. A. Intro. Here you only need to make sure you follow these 5 next steps. Present what is your offer, simple, clear outcome plus warranty. Answer the question, does it work, with testimonials. Main mechanism, meaning your unique way to achieve X. Why this is different from other offers just like you. Section number 2, credibility. Here you only need to follow 2 steps. Present who you are. Answer the question, why should I listen to you? And you answer that with proof. Section number 3, process. Does it work? Here you only need to give them a blueprint with the 3 things they need to achieve X, plus a testimonial of someone that has already succeeded. Show them problem number 1, show them problem number 2, show them problem number 3, and give them more testimonials. Section number 4. What happens if they don't get your offer? Here, remember to show them why process is non-negotiable. Why not learn that on their own? Why not to learn from someone else? Call out your competitors. Section number 5. What happens as soon as they join? Here you only need to show them how their life will start to change once they join. Section number 6. How do you get in? In this section, you only have to show them how to join your offer, use urgency and scarcity to make them act now, use a strong warranty, framing it in a positive way to reduce their risk, tell them how much work it requires to work out. Section number 7, still on fence. Here you only have to show them how your offer have changed someone's life for good. Make them realize that all of your success stories were in their shoes, felt that nervousness in their stomach, faced their fears, and their life changed forever by doing so. Make them think they can be the next success story, so they feel inspired. Call out the people who are not your target audience by saying something like this. Ultimately, we don't want people who can't put consistent work and are passionate about blank. So if that's not you, you're better off investing somewhere else. And that's it. Well, almost. We need to cover the building blocks of a compelling VSL. Because if you don't comprehend and know these foundations, your VSL will always suck. So make sure your building blocks are strong to ensure strong building. So let's take a look at each one of them, starting with the target customer, who the product or service is for. You must understand your target customer, their beliefs, their desires, their pains, problems, fears, failures, etc. Knowing who this is for will influence your entire VSL. Burning problem. This is the more painful problem that your target customers needs solving. Just make sure that this is a problem that they consider to be the biggest problem. We don't want to tell them the actual problem, but address the problem that they think they have that are struggling with deep pains. This is caused by the burning problem, which are the secondary pains that they experience on a day-to-day basis. Results. This is the specific results or outcome that they can expect from working with you or buying from you. So we need to know what is the specific result they are going to get when they work with us. Deep desires. These are the desires that will be fulfilled if they got the big result. The intriguing mechanism. Every VSL should have some kind of things that gets them the result. This is a fancy word to your protocol, system, blueprint, etc. We must have a word to call out or offer so people can attach their curiosity to this worth, attributing all the results they are going to get to this worth steps. These are the step-by-step processes that they follow to actually get the result. This is the what, not the how. The strategy, not the execution. The step foundations. This is why similar steps to the ones that you present have not worked for them in the past. This is also why your steps are unique and different, so they will work for them this time. You have to get this right or you will miss a lot of sales, because these are the resources and things that make sure each step works. Basically, this is all the foundations of why they can believe these steps actually work, why yours are different, why similar steps haven't worked in the past, and all the things that you give to them to make sure that they will work. Proof. This is proof that you've gotten the results with the thing, and proof other people just like them have gotten the results with the thing. This leads them to the biggest proof, which means they think they will get results with your thing. They know they can get the result. Risk reversal / warranty. How are you going to guarantee that they don't be in a worse position after working with you? And lastly, scarcity call to action / the urgent. Why do they need to take action now? You have built up this curiosity, emotions, and all of those things to make them want to take action. So we need to cash out on that by making urgent scarce and tell them why they must do it now. Don't use fake urgency or scarcity. Tell them the real reason why they need to act now to change their lives. But now that you know what is a VSL and how to structure the script of it, it's time to create the perfect structure around the VSL. So the copy on the page complements them and make people want to buy your offer with no hesitation. So let's see the perfect VSL sales page structure that complement the whole VSL, but without being repetitive or losing the power of simple pages. The perfect structure is nothing more but this: a headline on top of your landing page, the video, and a call to action button. Well, now that you know how your VSL should look like, it's time to create it and set it up. But here are 5 tips and tricks when it comes to VSL development to make sure your message gets delivered in a silver platter. Clarity and conciseness. Maintain clarity and conciseness throughout the entire VSL to ensure the audience can easily understand the offer, process, and value. You also want to avoid jargon or complex language, unless if you're going through the process part. There is fine. Just keep it simple and direct. Credibility and authenticity. Use authentic client results. Don't fake anything. When you're displaying your results, make sure that they are extremely clear. You can use highlights on the top of the screenshot or red boxes to make sure people's eyes look at the right part of the screenshot. Market research. You need to conduct thorough market research to understand the target audience before you record this. You want to use the research of your research process to tailor the VSL content to the target audience's needs. You can also use your sales calls searching for frequent asked questions or common objections and use that as your market research. Free value. Inside the VSL, just make sure you sprinkle in free value. Little nuggets here and there. Visual consistency. Use visual graphics and different text formats to maintain attention and make sure colors are consistent throughout. Use visuals to break up massive chunks of text. Answer the frequent asked questions you receive on your sales calls in the descending order of the most repeated to the least repeated. We specifically want to know the frequency and the sending order that they ask the question. Because if you have a shit ton of people asking you that and you order it in the sending order that they are asked, it by nature, just by raw math, comes out to be the exact logical order that the question are answered. This is important in a VSL because you want to present the answer to a question and then present the next logical question that comes to mind. So that way you anticipate what is going to be asked when you answer a question, meaning you can almost read their mind and make your VSL the objection handler instead of you in your sales calls, making your sales calls more like an order take call. Remember, a VSL is a video sales letter, so it just have to answer the questions they have on their mind, but instead of answering them on a sales call, the video itself answers that questions. Marketing is being able to anticipate the questions that somebody is going to have before they ask it. It's just a sales call without the other person present, and instead of one-to-one, it's one-to-many. Therefore, what you want to make sure is that you're answering the questions in the exact same order that are going to be asked in their head. So the best way to do that is by extracting those frequent asked questions from your actual sales calls. That's how you can write a high converting VSL. And now you have two options. Option number one is to try to write it by your own, with the risk of not knowing how exactly to fill out all the sections of the VSL, or being clueless about what to change if the VSL convert less than what you expect, making you more likely to make mistakes and not having someone who can point you in the right direction. Or you can follow the option number two, which is check the first link in the description below to find how, if you're a good fit, we can work together to write your own VSL or any piece of copy that you need as a personal brand or info business that is making currently 10K per month or more, ideally, and you want to scale your impact and money using the power of written words, doing it with less headaches and with high conversions for you. Choice is yours. Let's do some copywriting.